So welcome to our new coach call, everyone. I'm going to give you just a quick, simple rundown of how to get started, where to start, where to get your mindset right. And then we'll talk about the plans we have for where to go to next. So I'm going to share my screen.
Oops, sorry, mute myself.
I'm going to go to... Oh, there we go. That thing pops up. There we go. Play from start. Make this small. Hey, look, now we're all there too. How to launch your coach business. So I'm like, I didn't know Michelle was on the call. Anyways, this is actually a fun picture of our core group of coaches that work together at our little this was been a December celebration. It wasn't or maybe it was our little Christmas party. But anyways, a nice thing about this business is meeting people that you connect with, that have like similar goals to you, and you get to choose who you work with in this business. So choose fun, choose happy, choose celebration. So when you sign up as a coach, you usually have a reason you've done it. You might be signing up as a discount coach. You might be signing up just to cover your costs. You might be signing up to earn a nice side income, or you might be signing up to make a solid income. So you don't have to go back to work, or you can come home from work, and you can choose your own hours and choose who you work with. So starting with your why, what excites you most about coaching? Like, what is that when you dig in deep, what gets you like, okay, this is going to be fun, because like helping people, to earning that income, to choosing who you work with. I mean, that is a big thing for a lot of people. What are your goals? Where do you see things going? And we're talking fitness and nutrition, where you want your health goals to go, because a lot of people start coaching early on in their health journey. So you have destinations to get to. And then business goals, which is the bottom one. Where do you want this business to go? What changes would you like to see in yourself? Like, we do a lot of not just physical transformation, but internal transformation and fixing your mindset. Major players. And how would it feel to reach your health goals? How would it feel to make those changes and to make long lasting? So your main job when you sign up as a coach is to focus on you. Get to know the products, love the products. I use the products consistently and get results. It is so much easier to tell a story about something that you love and that are making a difference in your life. So create your story. Like that's what you're sharing on social media. When you're ready to do that, is snippets of your journey, snippets of how life was before you started, snippets of what changed once you started making these changes. If you're not ready to share yet, still take pictures, still like write down those little things, because that gives you so much to share down the road. When we start our coaches who start coaching when they've reached their goals already, it's much harder to find those things to share, because you're like almost at your destination. So it's sharing those things along the journey that people really connect with, and people go, oh my gosh, I'm right there too. I want to do this with you. So sharing your story on social media, it doesn't matter where you share it. You don't have to be a master at Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and whatever. Choose where you're comfortable, choose where you want to be, and do it there. There's stories on both Facebook and Instagram, and just start slow. A big thing when you're sharing is not making it all about fitness and all about food, when that's never been your focus before, because people are like, whoa, what's going on? Share your life, just share what you're sharing, and then add in little snippets of the fitness and nutrition as you go. I'm chatting with friends. So same as you'd recommend a movie or going out for dinner or something like that, is how you're going to recommend these products. Wow, you look great. What have you been doing? You're going to hear that if you're getting to know the products and using the products. So we have a lot of resources at our fingertips to help us Erin, can you send Angela a link to this, please? I just realized
Sure.
she's messaged me. I'm like,
Okay, I'll get it.
because I didn't add her to the group yet. Okay, use your resources. There's the coach online office, and when you sign up as a coach, you'll get an email from Beachbody, a welcome from Carl, and it's going to give you like a little rundown of what to do to start. That's the best place to start because it's simple. Your coach will probably send you an email as well that has a checklist of things to go through. That's about when we set up a coach call to talk with you, because you have to do the basics. You have to show you're interested and you want to do something, setting up those basic first steps, and then your coach can dig in with you and figure out where you want to go and how you're going to get there. Your team page. Your coach is usually going to have a team page they can plug you into. And there's going to be just extra coach stuff in there. CoachFAQ.com. You can look up all sorts of information. YouTube and Google. The amazing thing about Beachbody coaches is they share stuff. Like, it's not, oh my gosh, I made this amazing thing and I helped so many people with it, and I'm only going to tell my customers about it. People share so much value. It is truly, truly amazing. We have another is personal development. That's part of the mindset development. And we'll talk about that as we go too. But there's so many books and podcasts and tools to help you develop your mindset to just make you more confident in everything, but also in being a coach. There's a national wake up call every Monday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. And it gives you a rundown of what's new in the network. It talks about people who have reached goals in the business, something we'll talk about down the road of the levels of the business. And then there's a speaker every week. And it's usually someone who's had some massive growth, and what they share is amazing and awesome. The way they do it sometimes is it's often they're people who have had their back against the wall and they are going broke and they need to make changes. It's something anyone can do at any time. I mean, some of these people go from working full-time to Beachbody part-time to earning more in their Beachbody business than they were making in their full-time job, because they learned, they applied, and they did the work. They treated this business like their full-time job, and they earned a solid income. I'm going to add an income disclaimer that Beachbody doesn't guarantee any income. It's all dependent on the work you put into it. Like any job, you're not going to make lots of money and grow, move up in a business if you're not putting the work in. We have kind of two different teams in here. Dare to Dream would be down from Mary Beth's team, and they have a call on Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Fit Club Network is most of the rest of us, I think. Tuesday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And we can tell you more details on all those too. So we have these things called the 4 vital behaviors in Beachbody, and they're just tools that are taken from what top coaches are doing, like the most successful coaches in the business, and things we can do. So I've already mentioned be proof the product works. Do your workout and drink your shake. And if you're there's times of the year where you're like, it's too cold to make a cold shake, I don't want to make it. I'll shake my shake up with water and maybe a little bit of ice or almond milk in the afternoon as a snack. So I'm still getting it in. You can make puddings, you can make energy balls, you can make cookies. There's so many recipes you can make, non-bake recipes with Shakeology. So there's no reason that you shouldn't be getting it in every day, because it's just an easy way to get in that dense dose of daily nutrition. Share, connect, invite, and follow up. So you can't build your business if you don't talk to people about it. And that is one of the most intimidating parts when you start, like, how am I going to bring this up? And we usually just start by re-engaging with friends and family. We don't recommend things we're not using. So, I mean, if you're not using one of the products and someone asks you about it, you can say, well, I can find out for you. I don't actually use that. But everything you're using, you're sharing because it's helping you. You're sharing because it's changed your life. You're sharing because I'm excited to get up and I only get up for a 7 a.m. workout, but some of the girls in here get up for a 5 a.m. workout and they're excited about it because the workouts are amazing. The energy is amazing. The people they're hanging out with, if they're connecting on Zoom, are amazing. Like that connection and that community. There's really no one who that doesn't benefit. So inviting people is benefiting them. It's not about you. Every invitation is about them. If they don't want to join you, that's fine. It's not the right time for them, or maybe it's not the right program for them, but that's about them. We don't internalize these things and take offense if someone doesn't want to join us. It's their loss, right? We invite them and add them to our list to invite again, or if they weren't very nice, you just don't invite them again. Or you might realize they're not your people, right? If you're inviting people who you don't have a connection with and you don't feel that groove with, maybe they're not the right people to be joining you anyways. So it's all good. Personal development, I mentioned that already. 10 minutes a day will change your life. And most people, when they start, they're like, I'm good. I'm solid. I don't need personal development. We all need personal development. And it is not in a self-help book. Like there's some self-help books for so many different things, but we look at this as a mindset development, like getting your mindset just so you're stronger. So those days someone says, oh no, I don't want to do that silly workout stuff. I like to work out with real people. Like there's so many things people say that are crazy. And I'm like, well, you can't work out with real people because we're all shut down for COVID. So there's all, I don't know. That's why we Zoom. If we want to have that connection, we find people to Zoom workout with. We connect online. I would much rather work out in my living room when I'm sweaty and sometimes almost peeing my pants when I jump up and down. I'm safe in my living room. I can pause it and I can run to the bathroom if I need to. I can let my dogs outside. I can run and wake my kids up for school and then get back and finish my workout. So I'm on my own schedule and I can make it all work. So mindset development will help you help get solid in there. And we can recommend books for every challenge. Like sometimes it's building confidence. Sometimes it's organization. Like mindset is all sorts of areas. I'm parenting, personal development books in that. And that's something I've read quite a few of. And I'm still not an expert. Get people results. That will be the next step. After you work on yourself, you help other people. So I'm not saying as a coach, you have to be there 24/7. You set your hours. You make your availability known to your people that if they message you at 10 o'clock at night, you're probably not going to answer because I'm in bed. I don't do business after certain hours because that's just not going to work. If someone calls me in the middle of the day and I'm not currently working, I'll just text them back and say, hey, how about you schedule a time with me because we have to work on our own hours. So we are helping people, but we're not letting it overwhelm our lives. We're not making meal plans for them. We're not their guru. We're directing them. So we're the coach that says, hey, here's our group if you want to have accountability and check in. And here's all the workouts I can help you find a good fit for you. And here's the nutrition tools I use. You should get on our nutrition calls once a week so you can learn more and get support. So we're not asking you to be an expert. We're asking you to point them to where there are experts because there's experts everywhere. Most on the Beachbody site, but all of us as well. We're here. We're not experts, but we might have a little more experience in certain areas and we can help out with everything. So what would you do with an extra $25? $25 a week. I mean, what could that do? You could take the kids out for ice cream. An extra $50 a week, an extra $500 a week. Would that change something in your life? Sometimes you don't do manicures because you're like, well, we really need that money for such and such. Paying off bills. Pay the electricity bill, which if you live in the Central Valley of California, that's a big deal. Buy a new car and finally be able to afford the payments. Go on a dream vacation. I mean, you can set the monetary goals of what will make a difference for you, what makes it worthwhile to put in the effort. You can earn extra gifts and incentives to with Beachbody just for helping people. So 1 month of helping 3 people. Some of you saw the post Mary Beth put up, which hat should I choose? Well, for making 1 month, we earn a hat. says Beachbody on the front. By 3 months, we earn like, I think this time we earn a sweatshirt or something. Mary Beth and I were both wearing our sweatshirts we earned last year. You can earn money, you can earn rewards, and you can earn towards a trip, which hasn't happened the last 2 years, but that's unusual. I've been on 2 cruises. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been to Disney World. We have had some absolutely amazing trips, and you earn them by helping people. You earn them by doing the basics. There's one more. So I'll get back to that one in a second. So start going through the Coach University. If you are ready and you feel you want to learn more, there's steps. We have Coach Universities. We have books we can recommend, sharing your journey. That's like past where we want to go right now. We want to stop right where we are and just say, work on you, start learning your story, start figuring out what you can share with people, ask questions. And that's the beginning. That's the beginning. And don't get overwhelmed. Like, we can throw so much stuff, like there is so much information and so much to learn. We don't want you getting overwhelmed. We don't want you saying, oh my gosh, it's too much, I can't do it. We want you taking it one step at a time and basing it on what your goals are, what level of this business you want to get to. And don't be afraid. You can do it. Like, you are no different than any of the other coaches that invited you here. You are no different than the coaches that are on those Monday morning calls showing all these with all these accolades beside their name. You're no different than the coaches that are in the Legacy Club who have earned over $1 million in this business so far. They're all just normal people who made the decision to start a business, to focus on their fitness and nutrition, and to share it, and to invite people to join them. Hey, I'm doing this really cool thing. This workout is amazing. You want to come do it with me? Awesome. Like, it can be as simple as that. And what don't we overcomplicate in life, right? So I am going to stop my share and just tell you, this can be what we have planned for March. Next Monday is in Beachbody On Demand in groups. We're going to have a day by day, just simple things you can do each day to help you get rolling as a coach, to learn, to understand, and to work your way through, decide what level you want to take it up. So I challenge you to go back to that first slide. I'll put a picture of it in the post. But digging deep. Why did you say yes to coaching? What do you see as a possibility for you? And often we don't dream big enough. We're like, oh, well, man, $100 a week, that'd be cool. What if it was $1,000 a week? Would that make a difference? That would make a pretty significant difference for most people. And we can show you how to get there. And it's just by sharing. It's just by being real. I think everyone here right now is pretty darn good at just sharing real. We don't pretend we're something we're not. We don't, say, come and you're going to lose 50 pounds in 5 months. It's all amazing. Like, there's no magic pill. It's hard work. Fitness and nutrition is hard work. This business, if you want to grow it, it's hard work, but you can make it fun hard work, right? You just like the workouts can be fun. The business can be fun, and it's not getting overwhelmed. It's breaking it down. It's sticking with community. And we're going to start with this new coach group. We're going to have chat pods available if you want to connect closer with people who are at the same level as you, and we'll just build up from there. So does anyone have any questions? It's Christmas at Michelle Beckman's house.
It's my Valentine's tree.
At night, though, it's pretty Christmassy.
There's hearts. I need to change it to St. Patty's Day.
Oh yeah, it's time for it's very pretty. Yeah, see, it's still light here.
Yeah, see how dark it is here?
It's almost bedtime for you.
I was
That's
just
right.
gonna add, Nicola, just, I think that I don't know if you already mentioned this, but the biggest, I think, game changer in this business really is
Consistency. Yes. Mary Beth, you froze.
oh
my God. Okay, so consistency, she was saying, and that's a big thing. So that's something you find, you'll watch people on social media and they'll be like posting and you're all engaged in what they're doing. And all of a sudden you're like, where'd they go? And then they'll come back 2 weeks later. Oh, well, I kind of fell off track a little bit, but I'm back and I'm ready to make some positive changes. And then they do it again. And you're like, okay, this is weird. That's why we love following plans. Like the workout plans are what? There's 7-day programs, there's 21-day programs, they grow from there up to, I think 3 months is like the longest. And if you follow the plan and press play 5 days a week, you're going to be consistent. You're going to see consistent results, and it's going to give you consistent things to share with people. And people are going to be like, oh, clearly that's awesome. And that works because she's sticking with it. I mean, Brittany, we're so excited to see you do your post-baby transformation because we'll be sharing that everywhere.
And the thing is, I think Nicola, thank you so much for covering for me because I had to step away. But I think, and the thing is that if you are consistent, when the person is ready to join you, they're going to come back to you. So if you disappear for a month or 2 or whatever, because you're maybe feeling like you're in the big struggle and you just don't want to share or whatever, you have to kind of share all the aspects. I'm not saying you have to like hang your dirty laundry out, but you do have to share some of the struggle with people. But if you disappear, they're not going to think of you when they think of when they want to get on track, because we want our challengers coming in to be consistent. So we need to be consistent as coaches. And people love the imperfectly perfect. Like, just embrace who you are and be exactly who you are. And you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, right? And you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. And you can't make this personal. It really is about the other person. And don't judge them or anything if they say no, but don't give up on them, because I will tell you, a majority, the people that have said yes to me and have stuck with me for almost 5 years are the people who I ask between 7 and 10 times. So just know that if you show up and you're consistent, when they're ready, they're going to come to you.
For sure. That's very rarely do you invite people one time and they join you that one time. I just had Ruby join me on the weekend, and it was so like, it flowed so well from this invitation to her. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. But then I'm like, I've invited her 6 times before. I've talked to her 6 times before. She used to come to my fitness classes like 5 years ago. So everyone and all my coaches in here, like it was a process. They have like, there's people who sign up to do something. Like, you all have friends who signed up to do something, to sell a product. And then next thing they're like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore. Next thing you're like, wait a minute, you're selling a different product. So people want to make sure, especially when you're new, people want to make sure you're sticking around. They want to make sure it's not like some scammy product that is going to disappear in 2 months because it's not really that good. You're like, oh, I'm like that, moving on. Most people who start with Beachbody become lifers. And I just finished my 41st program. It's I'm a lifer, and I ain't going anywhere. So yeah. So this is something, watch again, ask questions. I'm going to share that first picture. Actually, I'm going to put it as the title thing for the video. So you can connect. When you're ready to talk with your coach, you have to dig deep. You have to figure out like that pain point, because there's gonna be days you don't want to work the business. There's gonna be days you don't want to work out. You have to figure out why you're starting and why you want to do it, and then dig into that. And those days you struggle, you dig back into that pain point. And your coach should know that pain point too, because then they can say, hey, remember this? Remember why you started? Yeah, like this year, being able to be home when my kids were homeschooling, like I can't imagine if that wasn't the option. Like being able to work from home and do that has been amazing. So that's, and those are things you share on social media too. You figure out what is important to you, and your people have that same importance. They've got that same strong value. And those are things that you share, and people are like, how are you doing that? I want to do that too. Then we show them how. So you learn how to do it, you do the steps, and then you help other people do the same thing. But you don't stop. We keep inviting. Okay, we're half an hour, so we should wrap up. So this is a good length for people watching. And it's so nice to see all these faces. And Erin's face just doesn't move. It keeps... Erin, you have to turn your video on for me. Okay, we'll talk to you. Oh, there you are. You were too Botoxed. Were you saying something, Mary Beth? Or are you taking a picture? Christy's gonna have to put light on in her car.
Christy, next coach call, you're